Hello everyone, Untitled Chapter. Welcome to another mod overview, this time on Harvest Sprites, a mod that simply adds in two types of blocks, like so, and we'll cover what they are. And pretty much the purpose of the mod is to have them harvest crops, and the way to actually have them do that is to give them high saturation foods. Otherwise, you'll need to consider obviously the actual distance that it'll reach, because I think within 5 blocks of that it'll harvest the items, and a Sprite Lamp up to the following below to consider. So yeah, there obviously is a bunch of other technical information that we may or may not even go into. So yeah. Now, this mod. So while I am in a cold biome, we'll see if we can actually find a space to put this stuff. I don't think I'm actually going to find another biome if that's the case, not this direction. Oh well. Anyways, we'll just go with where we are and try here. So, just get some farmland down, which obviously I haven't placed yet, so just do that. Oh, come on. Alright, I'll just get the water in. There we go. Come on. There we go. Okay. Yep, there we go, and here we go. So that's fine. I guess I can go out a bit further just to see, depending on what reach it has, what we can get out of it. Because technically if it's only 4 to 5 blocks, it's not too bad. And otherwise we can kind of get a bit of reach from the said distance, hopefully. But yeah. So here we go. Alright, so I'm gonna go so in here. That high. Put water back. Fill you again. And right, so go in and just put say wheat along the outside, and we'll put obviously some carrots and a few other things on the inside. And I just want to see what it can reach and what will be affected based on what's here. Yes, I want to eat the carrot myself, thank you. There we go. And I almost forgot potatoes, so we'll get those. Also for the high saturation testing as well. Oh well, kind of messed up, but either way. Okay, so there's our common stuff. So I've got our Sprite Lamp, which is just made like so. And I've got our other one, which if I check here is the Sprite Hoard, which is just any sort of food that you have access to and seeds accordingly. And then a barrel, of course. So if we get our hopper, which we can use to just keep feeding it accordingly. So just do that, and we'll put this on top. Here we go. So you've got pretty much a barrel-like space, say sized inventory. We're putting however much of the high saturation foods in here. We've got our hopper, and then we've just got that, which I assume is just for putting those in. Yeah, so that's just the carrots. We'll see what happens there. Just move that in. Now I don't know how big of a difference it'll make, but we'll see. But I assume it keeps the light going, so I'm just gonna try anything because I've tried wheat. Potato won't work, apple won't, bread won't. I just want to test at least for the sake of this. Carrots do not. Steak does not work. Pork chops don't. So I wasn't sure if any meats would, even though they kind of get up there, I think, with saturation, I think. At least when they're cooked. But obviously otherwise, certain others will pretty much fit or after, unless it's just not accepting them anymore. Because it's busy? I don't know. We'll take a look either way, but I assume it needs to have a fair amount of fuel for it. Yeah, it might just be it's busy. We'll try this then. Apple, that accepted. Honey, we'll just try putting anything in here. Rapid stew. mushroom stew. We put other stuff in. Maybe it does accept bread and other lesser ones. Yeah, it just accepts any food, I guess, but it's probably best to do the other, I guess. I don't know. Either way, at least you can tell with a few around, it'll try and cover many in the area. Now, it's not going to replant for you, as I assume maybe it did something there, so I'll just plant a few more down, just to light the fire. I think you can keep them in there and just keep doing it, but either way. Let's get a ton of these going with some carrots and some honey bottles, because I know that they are high saturation. And I think it's just supposed to help with harvesting, not so much the bone meal, but I could be wrong and that it probably is doing that. I have no idea how long it lasts for, so I'd have to go into the configs to find out, but either way. So yeah, so the Sprite will do pretty much all the work, and the Hoard is just your pretty much storage block of the mod. I'm pretty sure. I don't think there's anything else to it, as far as I can tell. So, the Hoard. Let's see. The Sprites don't seem to have any interest in the crops once harvested, and will drop them on the ground unless a Sprite Hoard is nearby. Ah, yeah, I forgot about that part. So, if we get just a bunch of these, I assume, as additional blocks, regardless of the hopper, it'll probably work. I don't think you need a hopper to connect them up. I don't remember if that's the case. Let's see, we get a hopper, because obviously that's just for the saturation, I know that much, so that'll make them grow a bit more, I think. This, here we go, like so. Carrot, I don't think that'll do much. Let's see, maybe not. Okay, I might just bone meal them and see what happens. So that's also going to get it across. I think, oh, there we go. I don't think I'm right clicking it. That is, here we go, go out, in. I don't think I have a right click harvest, I do not, so it's clearly them doing it, and I don't think their actual torches go out either. Yeah, so it's immediately doing that, because I'm not continuously bone mealing, or continuously right clicking sometimes, and it's just harvesting, so yeah. Okay, so, yeah, so the particle's just going to do that thing. I assume they'll run out eventually, but yeah, that's pretty much it as far as I can tell, is that they'll do that for harvesting. They may or may not even consider the seeds or not and replant for you, I think, but yeah. At least with that many around, it's going to be pretty useful, but in other cases it probably won't do a lot. Now, as you can see under the configs, which I think you can only access via going to the resource packs folder and so on, you can't like get access to it with the other through mod options. So if you want to access it, just go to here. But other than that, of course, we'll just bring it up, and you can change the food consumption rate, which is 10, obviously up to a few billion, I think. So this is the rate at which sprites consume food in harvest cycles per hunger point. 0 disables food consumption. No food must be present for sprites to work even when set to 0. So that functionality hasn't changed, even if you do change the rate. You get the harvest level, so the number of crops harvested per saturation point each harvest cycle. Setting this obviously will pretty much harvest all crops regardless, so that's set to 5, and it can go up to 81 maximum. You've got food consumed is only when there are harvestable crops, so you've got a consume only on harvest option, so you can pretty much have them just, they already have food anyways, because they still technically need it regardless, the feature's still there as a requirement, but whether or not they, you know, have to keep asking for more food to fill their own hunger bar, I assume, or saturation bar or something like that. Whether I assume that's to do with whether it matters or not, or they have to consume more food to pretty much keep up with demand of it. For harvesting, don't drop crop seeds, so that's set to false. So obviously you can change that. You've got the harvest range of between 0 and 8 to set, and that's in the middle. So the harvest range surrounding the lamp. This row will only harvest the block under the lamp. So obviously there is quite a radius, a range, and obviously they'll reach. So yeah, still small, but still capable. And you've got the harvest height. So that's obviously, I assume, your horizontal range, reach, and you've got your vertical reach as well. Well, that's only the consideration of the lamp, though, not the other. And you've got the Sprite Hoard, so you've got the range at which things will change for the lamp if you have the Hoard, I assume. So that's the differences there. So that's just that as the base, and then you've got the extended, I assume, which is maybe 1 extra block, or maybe 5 additional blocks. Not sure. My guess is it is just 1 additional block, but I could be wrong. And you've obviously got the choose a random Sprite Hoard each time a crop is harvested, so you don't technically always need one there, I assume. You just need a few placed in the area, unlike me where I just placed one just in case because I wasn't sure how far they would reach. And then finally we have the Sprite Lamp emits light when active, so you can enable or disable that. And otherwise you've got a redstone signal option, and then you've got the ticks per cycle. So if you want to change that to be much quicker or slower, then you can. Otherwise though, for the redstone it is emitting a signal proportional to the amount of food in the inventory, not just, I guess, disabling them entirely. Thanks so much for watching, and goodbye.